In this video, we're going to cover thin film. It's iridescence, basically. So I've started out here, and I've closed everything except the two things we're going to need to make this work. Transmission and thin film. Now, you can work without this being see-through, but for most things that you're going to apply iridescence to, you're going to make them see-through, so I wanted to include this. You can use this completely on its own. For instance, I'm going to increase this thickness to about 400. Actually, I'm just going to type that in there. So between about 300 and 500 is where you really start to see the interesting iridescence happen. Whoops, sorry. Just meant to click off of that. Okay, so I've set the thickness on my thin film to 400. Now, my index of refraction, I'm going to set that to 3. And I'm going to use this as my starting point. And you see there's some iridescence applied to your character. It's pretty cool. The lighting will obviously impact this differently. The background, what's around it. As always, there is no one size fits all. But this is a great place to start. 400 and 3. If I change this to 500, I should see some different colors. Should. It's still kind of pinky. The range is usually 300 to 500. And it usually impacts the color. But in this case, not so much. Let's see if it does any better there. No, it's very pink. And that's quite likely because I have other things around it, including from the previous video, I had the light that was pink, and I think that's part of what's generating it. Okay, so I kind of like that, so I'm going to leave that there. So 303, easy numbers to remember. Now, I'm going to show you what happens if you do come up here to your transmission, make it 100, and change that to black. And for this one, I'm going to check thin-walled. And I'm going to give it a depth of 0.1. I don't know if this is going to... I don't see any difference in my... To check it, exit to background. And how cool is that? And now you can see a greenish iridescence to it. Now, let's see. I've got my light. Let me come over here to my light. I'm going to select my light. And I'm going to come back over here. And I'm going to give it a color. Let's make it pink. And let's see if that makes any discernible change. Yeah, it does. You can see that it starts to add some pink. So here's the thing. The reason I wanted to show you that is because this at 300 is making this kind of greenish, the iridescence, and it's probably going to stay kind of greenish even at 400 because I tested one at 400. But by changing the color of my light, it's starting to add different colors. And if you look at anything that's iridescent, I actually am going to try that here with my image, see what happens. I did go and download an iridescent right here map. I don't know what this is going to do, but we're going to find out. I'm going to change this to sRGB because we like that. All right, let's see. Well, it didn't do anything. Well, it was worth trying. However, let's try putting that here on our transmission. See if that makes any difference. Oh, it might. Ah, that's way more iridescent looking. So, I'm thinking dragonfly wings right now. But also a soap bubble or anything that you want to have that transparent iridescent look. Okay, so I'm going to quickly walk you through here again what I did. I changed my transmission to 1, and then, well, I changed it to black, but it didn't go all the way to black. Okay, let's try again. Okay, made it black, And then I added that iridescent material. I gave it a depth of 0.1 and checked thin walled on this particular character. Try it with it on, try it with it off. Sometimes it works the way it's supposed to. Sometimes it doesn't. It works the opposite of how it's supposed to. Because this is a thin walled character already, I shouldn't have gotten this to work, but it just works better. So turned it on. I left my scatter color at black. Didn't change anything else. And then my thin film I changed to 300 and my index of refraction to 3. And it got me this. Oh, and also my light has a pinkish hue, pinkish color to it. Let's make it a little more. Just go for it. See what happens. Okay, so I've made it really pink and 6.6. My settings. Oh, wrong. Yeah, and you can see it's giving it even more, it looks even more iridescent. Okay, so that's thin film. It's pretty cool. You could use it on all kinds of things that you want to have iridescence. Enjoy.